Today we head to America's biggest city, New York, to look at a multi-billion-dollar business hiding in plain sight, the drug trade. Now, in order to properly take you into this highly illegal yet highly lucrative world, I'll take you through the full range of what's out there. You'll see a suburban plug. Like, how do you get someone to agree to let you post up in a place like this?
Cool.
A bando hood trap.
Could you back up? Because I don't want you to get high.
Is this dangerous?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a highly addictive drug.
A gray area bodega business. In New York, this stuff is it legal? Is it decriminalized?
The indictment unsealed in the Southern District of New York details a narcotics conspiracy operating not out of a dilapidated project hallway but a luxury high-rise. The document alleges the defendant utilized a doorman, a freight elevator, and a limited liability company to facilitate a continuous criminal enterprise. The defendant's mother was listed as the registered agent. That is the modern trap house. It doesn't have a broken screen door. It has a fob-activated floor restriction. We are looking at a multi-billion-dollar shadow economy that has completely shapeshifted, and the architecture of New York City is its silent accomplice. The visual here is simple. Imagine a pristine glass skyscraper, a monument to legitimate ambition. Now picture a single dark molar, perfectly normal from the outside, but infected at the root, pumping poison vertically from the 34th floor down to the street. That is the physical reality of the supply chain we are tracing. Before we go deeper into what the documents actually show, make sure you're subscribed to EvidenceAxis. Because we don't just cover the story, we follow the evidence.
Folks, I've always been fascinated by the business of trap houses. I mean, a lot of people do it, more than we would like to think. It has heavy penalties, but something about it makes lots of young men across the country decide to risk their freedom to sell various amounts of drugs. And today, we're in New York, and we're going to various trap houses in the city. In just a few minutes, we'll be pulling up to the first trap house of the night, and we'll bring you guys right in. We'll see you there. Okay, I can't give away too much about the location, but usually when you think traps, especially in New York, you're probably thinking Harlem, Bronx, projects. It looks pretty suburban, but it just doesn't feel like we're about to go to a place that has a lot of crazy drugs in it. Yeah, I think that's it.
We start with the air rights and the zoning loopholes. To understand the penthouse trap, you have to discard the image of the abandoned brownstone. That model is economically inefficient for high-level distribution. A vacant building attracts squatters, police complaints, and fire department inspections. A shell company leasing a corner unit in a glass tower attracts nothing. The law calls it a stash house. The real estate broker calls it a corporate lease. The doorman calls it the quiet tenant who tips well. The disconnect between perception and reality isn't a bug, it is the specific legal camouflage that sustains the operation. The city's vertical density, its culture of anonymity, means you can move a kilogram of fentanyl in the same elevator a family uses to take their golden retriever for a walk.
Too much to scare. Oh, we call soft, a white girl out here, and then it's the boy. We call crap. That shit warm right now, so it can break up easy.
This is coke and this is crack.
Yeah.
And you can tell by the little discoloration.
Yeah, it's like a little, it's warm though, so you squeeze it, and then once it hardens up.
Oh, okay. Is it fair to say, are we in a suburban trap house right now?
Yup.
Like, how do you get someone to agree to let you post up in a place like this?
Cool.
And this is where the structural irony hits with violent force. We are looking at the exact moment the crisis pivoted from a street-level health emergency to a sophisticated logistics problem. The official press releases from the DA will tell you about record seizures. What they are less likely to highlight is the recovery of corporate compliance paperwork during those raids. We obtained the public court filings for one such operation in Midtown. The traffickers weren't just stockpiling precursor chemicals, they were maintaining a meticulous profit and loss spreadsheet. They were tracking overhead, specifically the premium paid for a building with a backup generator. Why? Because a power outage isn't just inconvenient. It spoils a refrigerated inventory worth more than the apartment itself. The supply chain is clinical. It is brutal. And again, it is hiding behind a doorman paid to stop package thieves, not poison distributors. That is the moral architecture of a city that has priced out its working class. The money doesn't rise to the top, it consumes the top from the inside.
What motivated you to trap?
How easy it is to get the money. You don't gotta pay what they're saying.
But you're not worried about prison?
Nah, I already went.
You've already gone to prison?
Yeah, not for long, but...
Juvenile?
Nah, I went to juvenile too, but then I went to a correctional facility.
So have you ever been raided for drugs?
Multiple times, like 4 or 5 times.
I mean, I'm not gonna say your username, but your username gives...
Wait, it gives away already, right?
Why do you do that?
Cause why not? I'm smart though, like...
What? I mean...
No, you think I'm stupid? You might think I'm not smart, but I'm really smart. Like, every time I got raided, they fired me.
But you don't think you're on their radar if you're...
Nah, 100%. 4 or 5 times. I'm pretty sure I got an open investigation now. Every time they pull me over, it's not a pullover, it's a rip out.
How often do you switch cars?
Every day. I got a rental plug. He knows what I do.
Is that a lot of overhead to add into your business?
Yes and no. Like, a car is like 100 to 300 a day.
Do you come from a 1 or 2 parent household?
1.
Mom?
Just mom, yeah. I'm cool with my pops, but just mom.
So when was the last time you got raided?
4 weeks ago.
And that doesn't encourage you to lay low?
Nah, bro.
A babysitter that watched my kid also worked at the cops, she told us, and she said her job is in the cops
In Milwaukee?
is to message accounts with fake accounts.
That's one of the times I got raided. I'll break it down here. Just some girl account that was following me. She kind of looked good. She was swiping up my shit. And a week later, that same girl who was messaging me is the one who raided my house with the gun on my face. If I'm lying, I can die right now.
Do you pay a lot of the bills in your household?
Yeah, most of them.
Does your mom work?
Yeah. How many years do you think you
You get for what you showed me today?
5.
At least.
If it's your first time, 5.
How much do you think you genuinely make in a week?
We gonna average it out. Do like 7 times 4,500. That's what.
30 grand?
Yeah, 31. But divide that shit by like 2, bro. That's profit.
So let's just say you profit 15K in a week? No, that was in a month.
We
You're telling me you make 60K a month?
gotta put that shit in the stash. Like I said again, I'm not stupid. All this shit get invested. Put it in the stocks, Robinhood, Roth IRA, all that. Don't.
You have a Roth IRA?
Yeah.
If you've been raided 4 or 5 times, I'm gonna be shocked if you're not put away by the time this episode comes out.
Nah, I won't be. Trust me.
This brings us to a parallel narrative that rarely breaks the surface of local news. We are talking about the professional enablers.
What the hell are suburban kids doing selling crack? That's what we need to figure out. We're wondering, is this a 2-parent household? Probably not, unless dad and mom are both gone at 10 p.m. on a Wednesday night. Maybe, it's plausible the Knicks are playing, who knows, but probably a single mom. These are people that, oh, you're right next to us. That was something. Is this really your guys' spot, or is this like, this seems like a tough area to trap in.
It's flaming.
I would say just keep an eye on the road and try not to draw too much attention.
Yeah. I got the guys right there too. So any police can get us, don't bring them.
What got you into this?
Yeah. Let's think about the age. I was probably like 10 years old, right?
10 years old trapping?
Not heavy though, how it is now. You grew up in the
Suburbs of the hood.
Not the hood.
What were you trapping as a 10-year-old?
Weed. Nothing crazy. But then I started stepping up.
In the house before we had to run out of there, I saw you just brought in perks, coke, crack, and weed. Which of those make you the most money right now?
Cool.
The real estate attorneys, the title agents, and the rental plugs. We often focus on the chemical supply, but the real bottleneck for a trap house in a saturated market like Manhattan is the signature on a lease.
Every day.
Every day?
All days off. You know what happened?
We good?
Yeah, bro, mom here, so we gonna stir it up. Keep it rolling. We like this. We don't give a f.
Someone's mom just came home to a trap house?
Yeah.
Okay, we're out.
I don't know how to unlock it. I don't know how to unlock it.
House now. I don't know what bullshit's going on. You lock the door on me. I'm on the house.
Oh shit, yo, roll it. We rolling.
Do we need to get out of here?
Oh, she might go cops.
What the fuck was that?
Dude, Mike. Okay, cool guy. Collapse.
What was that? Of all the options of
A suburban trap collapses because mom comes home. A penthouse trap survives because the landlord isn't a person. It's a blind trust administered by a management company that is legally obligated to avoid discrimination under the Fair Housing Act. The trafficker leverages the law against itself. We have identified a pattern in LLC filings where a single individual will act as the registered agent for dozens of shell companies holding luxury leases. They call themselves facilitators. The state calls them unindicted co-conspirators. We call it the paper wall. That is the phrase, remember it. We need to pivot to the national security angle, and this is where the timeline tightens. The anonymity of the vertical trap house creates a catastrophic blind spot for federal task forces. We aren't just talking about domestic consumption. If the Midtown North Precinct is busting a fentanyl mill on the 40th floor that is pressing pills with a potency traceable to a super lab across the ocean, we have to ask the ticking clock question. If a hostile intelligence service or a designated foreign terrorist organization figured out that the easiest way to bypass port security wasn't a container ship, but a leased apartment in a building with its own security union, have they already compromised the supply chain before the first pill even touches the street? It reframes the entire crisis. It is no longer a health advisory. It is an infiltration thriller where the greed is the weapon, and the city's luxury inventory is the delivery system.
I hope she's not too upset.
No, she's probably doing drugs herself right now.
Does she do any of those drugs?
She's more of like a Zen type person.
Classic suburban mom.
Yeah, I don't sell it.
Okay, folks, right now we're back in action. We're recovering from that suburban shuffle last night. And here we are in Jamaica, Queens area. That's about as specific as I'm gonna get. And this is home to a lot of legendary hip hop people coming from New York City. We're talking 50 Cent, Tony Yayo, pretty much the whole G-Unit collection. So we're gonna try and tap into a crack spot here, and we'll keep you posted, boots on the ground, as we get our way in. Lamborghini in the hood, I mean, one can only guess. One can only guess. Maybe they're a real estate agent, you don't know, or maybe they're a trapper. How hood do you think we really are right now?
You get to Queens hood, where it goes down at, they don't look dilapidated. They look just like this.
So as far as how dangerous New York City can get, how dangerous would you say maybe this area is?
It's dangerous, right? But like maybe this block might not be so bad because it's a main street, but you go down one of these blocks per se, it's gonna be the same layout, but there could be shootouts that, you know, go on, and you know, trap houses right down there.
Our guy M-Box is about to roll up, and he's been a big friend of the channel. He's really been the plug on a lot of our biggest videos in New York. He's about to pull up, and I think we're gonna get...
We keep coming back to the paper wall. That is the second time we've arrived there. Because you cannot raid a building without a warrant, you cannot get a warrant without a target, and you cannot name a target when the target is a legal entity designed to obfuscate ownership. The DA's public data shows a shift in seizure locations over the last 5 years. Seizures from single-family walk-ups have dropped sharply. Seizures from units within unit washer, dryers, and central air have spiked. It isn't that the trade has gentrified. It's that the trade has weaponized the anonymity that gentrification creates. The volume of drugs doesn't need to decrease for the visibility to vanish. It just needs to move upstairs.
To make sure I'm not a cop, so... I don't know if that has to be verified rectally or how they do that nowadays, but hopefully it is a non-invasive experience.
At this point, I've made more cameos and Tommy G videos than anyone, right? I've been in like 7
We were just saying before you came here, like some of our biggest hits in New York, you've been the plug.
Respectfully. I love educating the youth on crime. Keegan, my brother, what's the word? Assalamu alaikum.
How are you, okay? Now?
No, I'm not, just whatever it is today. This is Sir Yaya of House Grinch Set, king of the crash outs and the bowling team. I surround box of House 30. Respectfully, welcome to the South Side. This is Jamaica, raw, authentic Jamaica. This is where Yasa's from.
So you think someone's just gonna let us show up in their trap house?
Yeah, we about to go to the project. Southside, this is where a lot of legends is from. Nicki Minaj, 50 Cent.
On Crib.
Supreme Team, all type of shit. Queens, you usually think of houses and shit like this. But over here is like the rundown houses, small ass cribs. They said, what you just came home for?
You just got home?
Whole lot of Grinch.
Welcome back.
A lot of Grinch and heavy on it.
He got all his tats in the feds.
Oh yeah, straight Grinch and everywhere.
Can you use Grinchin in a sentence?
We Grinchin for money. Grinchin for $1.
Good to meet you.
Grinch is the hustle, the Grinch is the grind, man. The Grinch is, man, the chief of...
Who the fuck stole Christmas, motherfucker?
That's not Snoopy on their roof.
You just got back.
Yeah.
Just got back. I need y'all to follow back.
And what'd you do your bid for, if you're at liberty to say?
Like robbery, federal shit, you know, Grinching.
They got my boy in that ass monitor. Even though it's a lot of poverty, you will still see a Lambo out there.
What are the odds he's a trapper?
We don't say trapper, we say Grinchster.
Are people gonna be pissed if we show up 8 deep to a trap house?
Hell yeah. They're gonna be good because it's you. Once they see you, the credentials.
How do I prove I'm not a cop?
Nah, they gotta sniff you out and shit.
You have to understand the human cost of the concrete. The Penthouse trap is not a clean operation. The volatile compounds used to process synthetic opioids corrode the drywall. They seep into the HVAC intakes. A family living in the unit below a trap house isn't aware they are breathing recirculated airborne toxin residue. The building management treats the smell as a maintenance issue. They send a plumber. They check the trash chute. No one suspects the quiet guy in 34B unless the chemical residue literally starts bleeding through the ceiling. By the time the hazard becomes visible, the lease is terminated, the deposit is forfeited, and the operator is 3 blocks away, signing a new lease under a new paper wall. That is the cycle: displacement, contamination, and legal silence.
You can also use this QR code right here or go to chime.com/TommyG. The link is also in the top of the description box. Thank you to Chime, and now back to the video. Okay. What do you go by?
Bunker, Kamea.
Where is the drug? Is this the drug?
The drug is inside the bag. The bag is just an advertisement of what we got going on.
What is this?
That is called boy. Pure heroin.
How do I even take this? I smoke this?
You could smoke it on aluminum foil, or you could sniff it, or you can put it in a needle. Literally put it up to my nose.
I can get high doing this.
Yes, you can.
How long you been selling this stuff for?
I've been selling drugs since the age of 11.
Damn, so this has been your profession your entire life.
My whole life, I did 20 years in jail for it.
And you still do it?
And I still do it.
Why is that?
Because it's a constant hustle. It feeds the family, pay my bills. The same thing as a working man going to work every day, clocking in. I get up every morning and clock in the streets. I could make $10,000 a day.
How many days a week would you say you work?
24/7. I work when I'm sleeping.
I think the average person back home won't know that this is heroin. Is this a East Coast thing?
No, that is that is universal.
Can you show me what this looks like, one of them?
Yeah, why won't I? Could you back up? Because I don't want you to get high.
Is this dangerous?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a highly addictive drug. That's all you need.
This is $10.
10 hours.
And how long does this keep me high for?
10 hours.
So some people snort this, some people smoke it.
And some people shoot it.
How much do you make in a week, a typical week doing this?
Average $10,000.
$10,000 a week.
Yeah.
And how do you spend that money?
I own my own house. I got a house in Florida, and I pay my bills.
How do you feel about the moral problem of selling someone something like this?
There's no more when it comes to survival. I tie your whole family up and put them in the closet just to take all the money out the safe just to feed my family.
So that's a mentality of a criminal that is hard to understand, that you think you deserve my shit. You think it's your shit, basically. Why would you steal from another man? Why not just work hard yourself?
Me taking it will get hard.
How much of this do you have in inventory?
2 bricks. We have the whole menu because survival never stops. We sell bottles of water. We sell, it never stops survivors.
So if I have that much, why am I also hustling water bottles?
Because you need a fog. You need them to pay attention to something else.
Would you say you're high on the radar of police?
Yes.
When was the last time you had an interaction
This
with
demands a moral refrain. We began with the indictment, the dry language of the law failing to grasp the weight of the poison. But the phrase that X through every sealed file and every vertical supply chain we've examined is this the paper wall. That is the third time. It is the damning reality. It is not a wall made of brick or steel that stops a sweat team. It is a wall made of trust agreements, attorney, client privilege, and corporate registrations that stops a subpoena. You cannot breach it without dismantling the entire concept of privacy that the professional class relies on. The trafficker knows this. He's banking on the fact that the city values the integrity of the LC more than the life of the addict in the lobby.
It's kind of a, I don't know if I would say like arrogant or entitled view of life. Would you agree with those two?
No, because I'm confidence over cocky, not cocky over confidence. I have served shit to people and they died because their immune system wasn't strong enough to handle it.
You got kids?
I got 3.
So if I sold a drug to your kid and they died, what would you think?
I'm coming to get you.
For reference, we got a bedroom full of guys puffing.
We want to direct your research to a specific source. Go to the New York State Department of State's Division of Corporations database. Search for entities registered in the last 2 years with a service address matching any luxury high-rise you suspect. Look for the names of the registered agents. Do they appear on 10 other filings? 20. Do the entities share a virtual office address that routes back to a strip mall in Delaware? That is publicly available data. We want you to tell us in the comment if the physical inventory is hidden and the legal ownership is hidden. Does the responsibility for the death count sit with the dealer who never touches the product, or the system that licenses the shell company that houses him? We leave the question unanswered because the evidence is still being buried in plain sight. If you want to see this architecture exposed, hit the like button, share this analysis with your district attorney, subscribe to EvidenceAxis, and turn on notifications. The evidence doesn't demand a verdict, it demands a search warrant. We'll be the ones reading the filings.
Front of the operation, he used to trap a lot in his heyday, but I think we're going to work our way up in weight as we go in this episode. On to the next. All right, folks, we're back on the road. This time we're going into Harlem, and I believe we are going into a bodega trap. So I don't know what they sell in there, what that means, but apparently these are a big wave in the city, and it's replaced a lot of the lower level drug dealers. We'll see you on the inside. We're in the back of a bodega right now, and if you have to know anything about New York, bodegas are the lifeblood of every neighborhood, and so there might be thousands of bodegas sprinkled around the city, and each one of these is a hub for the community to come in, get their goods, and the question is, what are the goods? And that's what we're going to find out today. So we're somewhere in Brooklyn right now, correct?
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me a little bit about the inventory, what you guys got here?
I mean, this right here, cantaloupes, this about toasties. Y'all probably seen them before. This right here is Candy Shop. Like, this is one of the best brands right now.
Toasties is a really big marijuana
Yeah, but
brand.
that's like Terps. You know about
Oh, yeah.
Terps? They call it spray in the hood.
Why do people buy sprayed on weed? What's the advantage of that?
Some people like they weed sweet, like fruity, strawberry, you know, like the Skittles.
The Pepsi version of weed.
Yeah, you can say that. That's like rare. So when they see that, it'd be like, oh, peanut butter weed. Like they never seen that before. So
Peanut butter weed?
Yeah, like.
And are we talking about kind of a gray area market? Mm-hmm. Yeah, because in New York, this stuff is it legal? Is it decriminalized?
I mean, it's not legal.
How much can I have on me?
Like 8 ounces.
8 ounces?
Yeah, 8 ounces.
Oh, so you can have a lot of weed. I can walk around with a lot of weed without cops caring. So they don't care about you having it, they care about you selling it.
So, like, yeah, it's weird. Like, I don't understand.
Let's break down the marijuana laws in New York. You can legally carry up to 3 ounces for personal use, which compared to most other states is a massive amount of personal weed, and you can spark up basically anywhere you could also smoke a cigarette. But it's the business side of weed that makes it a sketchy gray area. Right now, thousands of bodegas around the city are illegally selling weed without a permit, but the way around this is to give the flower away as a gift. So technically, I can buy a cool sticker or shirt for $15, and if the seller wants to gift me a gram along with my purchase, it's legally fair game. So even with NYC law enforcement trying to crack down on dealers with Operation Padlock, the money is so good and the loopholes are so wide that the black market here is booming. This is an eighth?
Yeah, this is an eighth.
What Heath? This is something that if you put through a grinder, it's not going to take too long before you can make a keef.
Yeah, but
sprinkle it on top.
I suggest you crush it on your hand, because on the grinder, like, all the THC is going to get on the grinder, it gets stuck.
New York has its own grower operations up north, and that's where you get the bud from, and then it comes in, you spray it, boom, boom,
Yeah,
boom.
because that China, we don't deal with no China.
Why?
There's that. It's not, like, we don't know what's in it. Like, how could you fake weed?
So the Chinese weed might have weird shit in it.
Yeah.
People don't trust
That's
it.
how, because, you know, they talking about lace weed. A lot of people talk about lace weed with shops. A lot of people get it from China.
Is this something that you have to worry about cops, or?
No, I don't have to worry about cops.
Okay.
They really don't bother. Weed. Yeah, it's not drugs. What about, like...
So what I hear is New York is really looking for violent criminals.
Yeah.
That's who they
go. Yeah, violent criminals with, like, drugs, or, like, actual drugs, and, like, weapons, or, like, criminal histories, you know, like, stuff like that.
Is there anything that's flying off the shelves right now? Like a customer favorite?
These right here, the spray. These right here, spray. I mean non-spray, sorry.
Super Soakers, huh?
Yeah, see?
I love the brand.
That comes with a gun, actually. Comes with a water gun.
No way.
Yeah.
And how long have you been a businessman for?
For 4 years now.
What do you like about it?
I mean, it's good. Stay out of trouble, stay out the streets, you know, make more money.
How many bodegas do you think there are around New York?
Around New York, like more than 1 million. Like, there's a lot.
And they all look kind of like this?
Yeah. Well, most of them nowadays.
So the bodega is kind of like a one-stop shop if you live nearby. You can come in here, you can buy your tampons for your period, you can buy some Tylenol, water balloons for the kids, you get a little weed for when they go to sleep, you get a snack for when you're high. Call it a night, another day in New York, right?
Gosh.
Thank you guys for watching this episode. I'm looking for your help for leads.